Hello neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the Thule Verse platform bike rack on our 2025 Hyundai Palisade. Now if you've purchased this bike rack and you've got some experiences to share with it, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. We love to share your stories with our other neighbors in order to help them make the best decision for themselves. Now if you've been looking for a high quality premium bike rack that is wheel mounted and can accommodate bikes up to 60 pounds, the Thule Verse will be an excellent option for you. It is a wheel mount, as I mentioned, with 2 points of contact here at the wheel strap and right here at the wheel. And as far as how it's going to fit here on our Palisade, we actually have a good amount of clearance behind the vehicle here. So even if you're on a more rough terrain with your bike rack, we're really in no danger of either the pedal or the handlebars contacting the back of our vehicle. But with that being said, just like pretty much every platform bike rack out there, when you're traveling with bikes on it, there's going to be some obstruction here in the back. We're going to have our taillights being obstructed, as well as our license plate and our rear view camera. We're not going to get clear visibility out of those, so it is a good idea to always know what kind of footprint the bike rack is leaving behind your bumper. And in our case, we're at 37.5 inches from the bumper to the furthest point on the rack. Now what that means is you got a little over 3 feet extra to accommodate for back here whenever you're parallel parking and backing into one of those tighter spaces. Another thing we want to take a look at is ground clearance. Now as you may know from this angle, it is a tiered bike rack, meaning that the bikes get a little higher as they move further away. That's going to help us out with our ground clearance, and we're going to take that measurement right from this bumper underneath down here. And that's going to give us a ground clearance of about 18 inches. So 1.5 feet is pretty good, but it is something to keep in mind whenever you're approaching one of those steeper inclines or driveways. Now, another thing that I had mentioned earlier is that these trays are going to accommodate bikes up to 60 pounds each. So you will be able to put your e-bikes on here. However, just bear in mind that to get it up into the tray, you've got about a 19-inch lift to be able to do that on the tray closest to the vehicle. And it's going to be about 22 inches for the tray in the back end of the vehicle. So if you have one of those heavier e-bikes and that seems like a lot to lift up and take down, Thule does have a ramp available to come with this, and it's available right here at etrailer.com. Now, one of the biggest questions that we get when it comes to platform racks is, will I get access to my lift gate while I'm driving around with bikes on the back? And the answer is yes. For the Thule, we have a handle here that has a button to depress in it. We're just going to lift up slightly, holding onto our bike and bracing it so it doesn't fall back on us. We're going to go ahead and engage that button, and we're just going to let it drop away from the back of the vehicle. Now as I come over and open it up, we have plenty of clearance between our lift gate and our pedals and our handlebars. Now I can get in and out of the back of the vehicle. I could change my shoes, grab some water, my helmet, any other equipment. Or maybe after I hit the trail, I want to go to the store afterwards and get groceries. Now I have the ability to get in and out of my lift gate while having my bikes loaded on the rack. And in order to get it back into position, all I need to do is lift up until you hear that click. Now it's back in its riding position and you're ready to hit the road. Now when it comes to loading and unloading your bike, again, there's only 2 points of contact. We have this ratcheting wheel strap here that's got a nice rubber pad on it to help protect your rims. We're just going to go ahead and depress that, feed the strap through the spokes, and clear it out the other side. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab onto our frame. Now we have on our hook here, we've got a trigger mechanism that we're going to pull in and release. We're going to clear the hook all the way around the wheel. And in the case of, if I had a heavier bike with the ramp, I'd be able to roll it down off the ramp that attaches right here. In this case, the bike is pretty light, so I'm just going to lift it off and down. And now I'm ready to hit the trail or store it away. Now, the Thule Verse is a powder-coated aluminum. And while it is going to really help a lot with its corrosion resistance, it is still a rather hefty bike rack and weighs around 60 pounds. So it's probably not something you want to take in and out of your hitch every time you're driving around and don't have a bike with you. It does have a stowaway position. Using the same handle and trigger here, we're going to go ahead and lift up and let it click in place right up here in its upright position. Now we've reduced that footprint behind the vehicle to only 13.5 inches. So now that's all you have to accommodate for when you're getting in and out of those tighter spaces. In its stowed position, we do have some obscurity still. The taillights are actually fairly visible, but they are blocked just a little bit. The license plate is blocked, and our rear view camera is definitely blocked. Now, if you had concerns about visibility with your taillights and your license plate, there is an available license plate kit from Thule, which is also available right here at etrailer.com. That would be something I'd recommend just for your safety and the safety of others on the road. But the Thule Verse is an excellent premium option bike rack for your Hyundai Palisade. I'm Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.